Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Hey everybody, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I am so glad to be here with you tonight. I hope you're ready for a great evening. Now, before we get started, we want to let you know something's different. Something's different tonight. What could it be? Well, what it is that my wifey is not here. She is not here tonight. She was blessed to get a ticket to the sneak peek premiere of the new Wicked movie.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
She is doing the Wicked thing tonight, and so I am very grateful that I'm able to be here to keep it going. And so that's the big thing, is that we got it going on, and I'm here to be able to say, hey, it's going to be a great night. I've got special guests with me tonight, dear friends who are the guests of me and Dee, and Dee's not here, but the guest of the Jolley Marriage Show. Pam Perry is one of America's most trusted and most powerful PR experts and communications experts, as well as she works with her handsome and brilliant husband, who also is an advertising executive and marketing executive as well. They come together, they work together, they travel together, they put on events together, and they even dress together. And they're the publishers of Speaker Magazine, where I was honored to be on the front cover last January. And so we're honored. We want to talk about how they do all of this, how they are able to have this great marriage, this great union, and work together. They've done elder care. They've raised a daughter. They've had a lot of challenges, but yet they give God glory and they're together. So welcome, Pam and Marc Perry.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you, Dr. Willie. 30 years, 31 years.
31
okay.
Years?
It'll be 31. Yeah, March it'll be 31.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So soon it'll be 31. Now, tell us a little about, y'all do a lot together. Tell us about your business and all that you do. And then we're going to talk about how y'all have kept this marriage thriving for all this time.
Tell them about Speakers Magazine. That's the foundation.
The Speakers Magazine is only 10 years old. Let's go way back.
Okay.
So we actually met in I was looking for a job.
Oh, wow.
And I was in Don Barton's lobby. At that time, it was Barton Cablevision. So cable was just really getting started, and I was looking for a job. He was in the lobby with his boss, Don Coleman, and they were basically just starting out.
Okay.
And so they came over to me, and I had on my navy blue suit and white shirt, and they said, "Look like you're looking for a job." And I said, "Yeah, I am." So anyways, long story short, he had lunch with me. He says, "Maybe I can help you out."
He is a smart man. He saw that pretty. Oh yeah, I can help you out. All right, looking at pretty.
Just some twists and turns. She cut to the chase real fast with that.
There you go.
He took me out to lunch, and then, long story short, we became friends and buddies, and we worked out together and all that kind of thing. So eventually, we did get married, and I was working as a PR director at the Salvation Army. We won our wedding. So that's another story. I think I told you that we won the wedding, and it was at Cobo Hall. At this time, I think it's called the TCF Hall. It's the large convention center in downtown Detroit.
Yes.
So like 3 months after he asked me to marry him, someone called and said they're looking for someone getting married. And so we ended up at the Home Builders Flower Show.
Right.
Home Builders Flower Show. We had this big wedding. At that time, we were running an organization together called Blacks in Advertising, Radio, and Television. He was the president. I was the founder. And so we had hundreds and hundreds of people there, even strangers that were just coming in looking at flowers. They were at our wedding. So then a year after that, Dr. Willie, we won a trip to Jamaica.
Wow.
Okay, at the Adcraft Club of Detroit, Larry King.
Larry King. Yeah.
Larry
He was
King.
honoring Larry King that
Yeah,
day.
they were honoring Larry King, and so we actually won that trip to Jamaica for a week after we got married. And
Really?
yes, that was exciting. We didn't have to pay. What did we pay when we left?
$23.
$23.
Wow. Wow.
5 days and 4 nights.
And I want to say that on that trip, that
just
child
tell
that's on the wall, she was conceived.
He met you. He wasn't no fool. He saw this beautiful lady, said, let me help you out with your job search. Y'all dated, you got married, you got a new baby coming up. And then
Then I wanted to not go back to work after the baby was born, after our daughter was born, but he had a company, Perry Marketing Group at that time.
Okay.
And so I volunteered and said, hey, why don't I become your vice president of public relations? So I became the vice president of public relations of Perry Marketing Group. And that worked for maybe about 3 years or so, early 2000s, late 90s and that sort of thing. So we joined forces there, and he had a staff at that time of about maybe 6 or 7. He worked with Ford. We were in Detroit, Ford, Chrysler, General Motors.
Yeah, we did a lot of exhibits kind of work, events.
Automotive.
At that time, people were doing brochures, the printed kind, and
right.
The industry's changed so much since then.
Yeah.
But it was a fun go time for a short period of time.
So that business went out of business. And after about 10 years. Now, remind me, we just got married and we have a new baby.
Yeah.
I'm not working and his business goes out.
Right. So
we're like walking on water at this point, like a big faith walk, because it's like, okay, now what we're going to do? This thing. And I really heard at that point God speak to me to open up a PR firm. I had always wanted to do that, but because I just thought I thought maybe I said, well, I'll just work with him and become the PR person in his company. And really God just told me to open up Ministry Marketing Solutions and really work with ministers, churches, mega churches, Christian publishers. And I did that for immediately in 2000. So the business is really 25 years old. Marc was kind of feeling that. Actually, you kind of told me at the beginning, says, you sure you want to do that? And I knew God had really told it to me. I said, well, that's what I hear. And so ended up working with Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, Susan Johnson Cook, all of the Juanita Bynum, all of the different, I guess you would say, gospel celebrities, so to speak, promoting their book, Dr. Miles Monroe. And I did that until the book industry changed right around 2005-ish or so. Mm-hmm. Marc then went to go work for Uniworld. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he was working, he loved automotive. I didn't really like automotive, even though I'm from Detroit and this is Motor City. He was working on Ford Motor Company, on their account.
Okay.
And so I was working with ministries. So at that point, I even worked with some gospel plays, and I didn't do music though, Dr. Jolley. I just did really books. Right. So eventually when the book industry changed and everybody started doing self-publishing, I really started helping individual people and ministers produce and promote their books. And that's really what it has come down to. In order for books to sell, you got to speak. So everybody knows that all books sell.
Like the book you're holding right now, just for y'all to know, don't see it. It's called Rich is Good, Wealthy is Better. They got a copy, and it's not officially launched yet globally.
We got ours.
They got the first edition, and that is the signed version, autographed. You can get it at richisgoodwealthyisbetter.com. Anyway,
yes.
Y'all got your copy, and we gotta say this for a second. We are having lunch at the Mayflower?
Mayflower.
Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there. I give them their copy of the book and sign it. And two ladies come over. We start talking. They say, Willie Jolley. Pam had met him and they talked to him. And we told them about the new book and how it can have an impact on people who want to be wealthy and help them realize the difference between being rich and wealthy, and help those who have created a nest egg to prepare their children and educate their children not to squander it. Them ladies said, you got any more books? I said, no, well, not with me. I got some in the car. They said, go get books. They ended up buying a bunch of books. I had to bring back armfuls of books for these ladies to take to their respective homes. So thank you for that, Pam and Marc. Okay.
Yes. So the lesson is, if you are an author, never be without
Do not leave your home without books.
Amen.
I
Amen.
think that not a brochure, not a bookmark, but the book. Okay.
Well, everybody don't have that kind of sell it out the back of the car mentality that I have. Which I did for all the years. Okay, so over the years, though, y'all overcome, and y'all been married 31 years, going up 31 years. You had some real challenges. You had a caregiver. Talk about it a little bit about that.
Well, those are your parents and mine now.
Yeah, my parents in 2019, they both passed 6 weeks apart. But really before that,
that's a love story.
Yeah,
Right?
that is.
They didn't want to live without the other.
They didn't. They really didn't. Mama was first, and then 6 weeks later, Daddy was not even really sick, hadn't really had any health issues. Then he really died of a broken heart. I really do remember that. It was just kind of weird. I remember that he just wasn't himself, and I know he was grieving, but I didn't know that it is a true thing. People can die from a broken heart. So during that period of time, probably about 4 years before that, I moved them out of their house. We put them near us in a nice assisted living. We got them caregivers. My mother had dementia. I didn't realize she had dementia, but she was so argumentative all the time of all the help we were trying to give her. And I'm always trying to feed her. And I didn't realize. And it says, I think she may have dementia. And I was like, really? I said, that's why she's not eating. So anyway, during that period of time, Marc was with me because I spent a lot of time with her, just making sure she was okay. Probably was
Let me dig in there a little bit. During that time, you were focused on your mom. Marc supported you. Is that correct?
Yes. 100%.
And that's one of the secrets to your success as a married couple is when one is dealing with a challenge, the other one supports them.
Yes.
They don't say, well, what about me? You didn't make time for me. They said, we are here together. We are a team. And that's what y'all have proven to be. Now, are you now caregiving your Marc's parents? Is that what it is now?
Well, what's going on now? My parents live about 20 minutes from here. My dad is 95.
Wow.
My mom is 94.
They'll be married 75 years?
They'll be married 75 years.
December
the 2nd.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they still cook meals for themselves and go to church on Sunday.
Sometimes on Zoom.
Yeah, sometimes on Zoom. So they're very active. We're watching Monday Night Football together last night.
Wow.
So we typically would be there like tonight or Sunday or Tuesday. So we'll be there tomorrow night to hang out with them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Stop there. We will be there.
Yes.
All right. Not I'm going to be there.
No.
We will be there.
Yeah.
And folks, these are the lessons that I want y'all to get why they have a buoyant, they have an exciting and a fulfilled marriage because they are in it together. Mm-hmm. But let's go with another. You mentioned, and I want to make sure we don't blow by this. You mentioned Marc's first business went out of business.
It did. Right? It was a tough time with a new baby.
Now, you guys decided we're going to keep our vow. We're in it for rich or for poor, in sickness or health, for better or for worse, till death do us part.
Yeah.
And folks, that's the lesson I want y'all to hear. This has not been a cakewalk. This has not been a crystal staircase. They've had challenges, but they made a commitment to stay married and to work through these things. Your daughter is not married yet, I don't believe.
No, not yet.
So what are some of the tenets, some of the principles, some of the advice issues you would tell her or any other young married couple about staying married? That's because y'all have done it wonderfully. You're masterful. Tell us some of the things you would tell a young couple.
Yeah, it was really important to have other friends that were prayer partners around us. So everyone who was in part of our bridal party, they are either ministers or just people who are very active in the church, grounded in the word. When we were going through the first business that went out of business, we had a prayer group on the phone. We followed this book. For me, it was The Power of the Praying Wife. that particular book kind of helped.
Stormy a Mardian, I think it is.
Yes, Stormy a Mardian, exactly. And
Right.
I met her too, by the way. Yes, that was a book. She signed it, and that really kept it together because praying for your husband is really, really key. It really, really is key. And
Wow.
praying for him and just really having that camaraderie of other women in that prayer group praying for each other, for each other's husbands, the children as well. That was really key. Marc has a men's group as well that he at church, and just it's just that.
So chapter number 2 in the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, says make God an equal part of your marriage.
Yes.
And so y'all are going right from point 1 to point 2. Best friends. Marry your best friend.
Yes.
Y'all are best friends. I don't think I've ever seen Pam without Marc and Marc without Pam. When they come to DC, they are partners. They do tell them about what you do. Speak, sell,
shine. Speak, sell, shine. There you go. I will not be without a brochure or a pamphlet. That's for sure.
And that's annually, right? That's every October?
Every October.
The first full week in October.
Yeah. And if you, but before we go any further, where can they learn about your PR services, your speakers materials, your everything? Where do they go?
Everything. So everything is all at PamPerryPR.com. It's been there for 25 years. PamPerryPR.com. And that's where they can find out about Speak, Sell, Shine, Ready, Set, Go, Speak, Speakers Magazine, the publicity services that I do. All of those things are at PamPerryPR.com.
And Marc, when I need some good advertising, marketing ideas, I reach out to Marc, and he's brilliant, and they are just a dynamite duo. Okay, so you had this failure in business, but you didn't leave each other. You didn't give up on each other.
No.
You fought through it, and you came back bigger and better than ever. All right, you've raised a daughter in the midst of caregiving, in the midst of business challenges, in the midst of economic downturns. So what are these secrets that you would share with a young couple?
I guess the main couple is
other than having the faith component.
Being really liking each other.
Yeah, I was going to say, you touched on it just a moment ago, Dr. Jolley. And that's about being best friends. It's about having a friendship.
Yes.
And that was the real foundation of our relationship. It was really genuinely liking each other.
Yeah. Hanging out
being
together.
Each other's company, and, just laughing. And at least once a day, we got a good belly laugh.
Amen. Amen.
So that's the primary part of it. The other part of it is that Pam is really good on this, more so than I am, is that if you need help, ask for it.
If you need help, ask for it. Yeah. Be willing to ask for it. And
ask the person, not ChatGPT.
Come on, somebody. Ask the person, not ChatGPT. Talk. But you've got to be, in order to do that, you have to have some vulnerability, though.
Yeah.
You might need help, and sometimes people won't ask because they feel it makes them weak. And as Les Brown loves to say, asking for help does not make you weak. It helps to keep you strong. But many people don't do it, even though they need help. And if you're willing to ask, I need help on this. I need your insight. I do that often with Dee. What do you think? I would like your thoughts on this. And so I think that's a critical piece of advice. One, be friends. Well, one, put God in first and make that, be best friends. And then communicate about your needs and what what you want or need, and your help that you would need from your spouse. Okay, what happens when you have a disagreement or you don't agree about something?
Yeah, when we don't agree. So you kind of know your mate. You know their hot buttons. You know what kind of, and so he knows what will irritate me. I know what will irritate him. So you try to not do that.
Amen.
So say for instance, he likes to drive. I don't. Okay. So when we're going somewhere, he gonna drive. Okay. things around the house. There's certain chores that I like to do, certain ones that he likes to do. You just have to know each other, and you play this dance together where you know how to maneuver that. But if you are mad, you really do need to shut it down.
Come on now. Come on. Watch your mouth. Don't say what there you go.
Yes, just shut it. I learned that early on, because you could just really just say something that really could tear someone apart. So you just shut it down, move away, go for a walk, go for a drive. Get in your prayer closet. The War Room was a really good movie. Just get in your prayer closet and just really work it out that way. Because if you're human, you're going to have things that get on each other's nerves. You know, the first part of the marriage is just trying to figure out, you know, like, oh my God, you know, he's getting on my nerves. You know, he don't put the toilet seat down and this and that. You know, you can't. A lot of stuff you just got to let it go, and then just explain to them, like, that really irritates me. Can you not do that? Wow. And eventually, I give you one good example. Sometimes you just have to work over some things, because you know you're going to be in it forever. Right. So Marc snores, okay. Uh-huh. And it really bothers me, because I sleep like, so I got a sound machine.
Wow.
It's a sound machine that's like water waves and that sort of thing. And I thought it would just cover up his snoring. It made him just not stop. It's made him stop snoring. He doesn't snore anymore. It's like, okay, so that's what we just needed to do. Anyway, a simple little $20 machine and plug in. It's like the wave sounds. It sounds like we're in Jamaica or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, well, I'll turn it up and I won't hear him snoring. He stopped snoring. I said, wow. Okay, that was fine.
This is such good content. Folks, I hope that everybody's listening and watching and listening. For those on Instagram, you can hear it, but we will have it on the Instagram replay tomorrow with both the picture. But they said some things I want to make sure we don't lose. Number one is that you've got to be willing to know your mate. Yeah. Learn your mate. Study your mate. What irritates them, what they don't like. So don't do that. Right. Don't do that. Next is once you discuss it, in those early years, like you said, like we tell Dee and I talk about, those first couple of years were really tough.
Because you learn each other.
You're learning each other. She wanted her way, I wanted my way. But we got those principles from those marriage mentors, and they said, do this and you won't argue. And we did it. By the way, I encourage everybody to go to jolleymarriage.com and watch the TED Talk on how to never, ever argue again in marriage. It's very powerful. It saved a lot of marriages. It's free. So jolleymarriage.com, watch the TED Talk. But one of the things I say there, those first couple, we've been married for 40 years. We haven't had an argument in 38. But those first couple of years were like World War II. Because we were learning each other. We were trying to find some ways to get past the arguing. The mentors told us, we put it in the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. The book is a bestseller because we want to help marriages. Pam and Marc are giving you wise counsel. Wise counsel. I do want to take a moment to say hello to Greg and Linda Kazera. They are every week, folks. Today they're in Toronto. He's a well-known speaker. They're all over the country, but they tune in every Monday night. So thank y'all. We got lots of people joining in on Instagram. We got people joining in on Facebook. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Now, you have been together. You work together. You travel together. Mm-hmm. I mean, y'all pretty much together 24/7, aren't you?
Yeah.
We have some times Pam makes some travels by herself sometimes.
Yeah, and I have some girl trips sometimes because you got to have some girl trips. So I have some best friends, 5 best friends on their birthdays. We'll go girls trips and together and that kind of thing.
All right, now.
And I don't really like sports, so that kind of thing. If football or that kind, I'm not into that. Okay. I'll be there with him. We'll be here on the couch together, but I'm not really like the big sports fan.
You're not into it like he is. No. Dee will come in and say, well, the football game, did somebody score? I say, yeah, we scored. Okay. And then she goes back and does it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I am a Detroit Lions fan now that they're kind of like the it team now.
Yeah, they're doing good. They're doing good. So what about finances? We talk about there are 3 types of ways to do finances. In the book, we talk about there's the 1 pot, the 2 pot, or the 3-pot? Now, the 1-pot is all the money goes into one pot and one person writes the checks and the other person kind of confers with them. The 2-pot is you split the bills down in the middle. One takes the mortgage, one takes the utilities, da-da-da. The 3-pot is you both have income coming in. You have he has a checking account, she has a checking account, but then you start a third checking account, which is a household checking account. Which way or what kind of way do y'all handle the finances?
We've been all three.
Yeah, I was going to say we've been all three. I think initially we started out as 3, maybe, where we had 2 different accounts.
Okay.
And then we became number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then now it's more or less like number 1 because we're in business together. So it's like
so y'all pay yourselves a salary from the business.
Yeah.
Okay, and look, and that works. And how about if you've got a major, let's say the roof need to be repaired, okay? How do y'all sit and say, okay, we gotta come up with some cash to pay the roof to repair? How would y'all do something like that?
That did happen.
Yeah,
that did happen.
If you got a house, you're gonna have repairs, okay?
Stuff is gonna go wrong.
Furnace,
That's right. That's right.
And so it's, who's got the available cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the creativity. Like one time we needed a dishwasher. Was it a dishwasher?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got a dishwasher, and it basically I found one from someone having an estate sale in the neighborhood, and it happened to fit. And it was like, there we go. It was like very inexpensive, but it was like, who would have thought that it would fit?
Y'all work together on the finances and you don't argue about them. I'm trying to get people to understand that there are principles here that they can use that to maximize their relationship success by being friends, putting God first, being friends, talking about everything, asking for help, communicating, and being open to maybe make some shifts, make some changes to make your mate happy.
And we do.
Let's go back to that roofing example.
Yes,
because we did something really different there.
Okay.
We went to our neighbors.
Oh yeah.
And to find out who else needed a roof in the neighborhood. We negotiated as a group of
3 of us,
of neighbors in the neighborhood, of having one vendor do all 3 of our roofs.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Yeah. So that saved us a lot lot.
And he's more neighborly than me too. I will have to say that he is more neighborly than me. That
is a brilliant suggestion for everybody. But again, working together, talking it out, finding out where one's strength is, using his strength, being neighborly with 2 of you working it out to be able to have a successful marriage. Oh, this is good. And
we did go through financial peace.
Yes.
That was years ago. We went through financial peace. And I would have to say the financial peace, it did give me peace. It was so convicting. I was like, I am just overspending on everything. It was like, well, you shouldn't get your nails done. You shouldn't get your hair done. I was like, oh Lord, this is not what you signed up for. This is a sacrifice. Yeah. But it did make us more aware of some of the things, of the leaks of where money was going and things.
That's good. That's good. We really recommend that people do an inventory where you spend your money and how you spend it. One of the things I talk about in the book actually is making a decision to keep account of what you're spending so you know where it's going. But that's good. Okay. So now 31 years, you're working together, you're traveling together. How do you now find time to just enjoy? Your daughter's grown now. Do you have a date night? Do you have what's your way to keep the fires burning?
Yeah, it is, before we get to the date night. So when the daughter left and went away to college, we got a dog. And this dog was really supposed to be my mom's dog because remember, she had dementia, but I got the dog because my mom was like, I can't take care of a dog. She says, I can't take care of myself. So I ended up keeping the dog, and it was like my little road dog, my best friend. Like for the 10 years I had this dog, and then recently he just passed.
Okay.
And it was more my dog because he was like my shadow. He followed me all around my office, the basement, the pockets, wherever. He was just always my shadow. So we had to put him down about 3 weeks ago. And it was the hardest decision. Marc didn't say that we needed to, but he had cancer. And I just could tell it was time. And so I woke up and I told Marc, I said, Marc, call them, to handle that, make this appointment. And he drove me there. And, it was just like, the dog Peppy was in the back seat. And I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be so, it was just hard. There is, look at the grandbaby. and what happened?
Say hello to everybody. Say hello, Miss Perry, Mr. Perry.
Hey, sweetie.
Nice to see everybody.
Oh, that I can't wait to that point in our marriage of grandchildren. And what happened is that if I would have went by myself, I would have been a mess. But he drove and everything. But right after it happened, he just hugged me and just supported me. He liked the dog too, but I really was heartbroken. It just could not understand this at all. This pet grief thing. It was just horrendous. And he just hugged me and I just cried and just hollered. I was like, oh my God. It was like the worst ever. And he's been there with me. So
you support each other in the good times, the bad times.
Yes. So as far as date night, yes, we do have date nights at least twice a week.
Yeah,
at least twice a week. And then, make time for his parents. Before it was like both our parents, we were splitting it, but now it's just with his parents. And then we also have, like I said, the Christian friends that we hang out with, some that live out of state. And then there's some that obviously live, a little bit further, and we have fellowship with them as well. But that's one of the main things. We just,
this is so rich. We've gotten a lot of good content here. You put God first, your best friends, you work on that. You're willing to listen to each other, to talk to each other. And for the stuff that gets on each other's nerves, to talk it through, to find what irritates. And then you make sure that you support each other with his parents. He did it with your parents. And even when you lost the dog, he said, I got you. He hugged you and supported you. This is why they have a great marriage. Before we go, I want everybody again to know where they can get access to all of the Pam Perry, Marc Perry resources, learn more about them, get PR service. If you want to be a speaker, they got a whole program. Tell them about it, please.
Yes. So they can go to PamPerryPR.com. They can find out about Speak, Sell, Shine, which you were a part of for all of the years, which I appreciate you.
And pop in and give a keynote and just tell everybody to go, 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 go. That's right.
Yes. That's really the main thing. Go to PamPerryPR.com and they can find everything there. They can get a free gift there of what the media is looking for. They can sign up for the newsletter. They can listen to my podcast. Marc does the voiceovers for my the podcast for each one of those as well. So he does voiceover work. So he kind of works in the business in terms of the podcasting part. And we're launching a TV network too in January. So it's called the Leading Edge Network. And so we'll be working on that and I'll be getting more information.
That is awesome. I want to thank Marc and Pam Perry. I want to thank y'all for your support on the new book, even though it's not officially out. You've told people called and said, hey, Pam Perry talked about your book. Rich is good. So Pam, January 6th is the big official launch, global launch. So I'm gonna need you and Marc's help on that to get the word out. And thank you for your support. I'm gonna give a shout out to Benny and Sherry Johnson from Columbus, Ohio, just jumped in. People are jumping in, talking about this interview and how powerful it is. So I want to thank Marc and Pam Perry for being my special guest. For those who are wondering, where's Dee? Thank you. Desiree Matthews said, awesome show tonight. Yes, I did miss Dee. For those who, y'all get to see her before she come.
Oh, great. I was about to say, consider our best. We'll get a chance to say hello.
Come, everybody, the world.
There you go. So, I was concerned. I said, is she on those crutches? What's she doing there? What's going on? Okay. No, she's going out. She's going out.
You're stepping out tonight.
What does it say? Wicked.
Yes.
How was the movie?
It was wonderful.
All right, see,
uplifting, encouraging.
she big shot. She get to go to this is second sneak peek premiere before the movie comes out. The first version and this one now. People have been joining saying, "Where's Dee?" So even Desiree Matthews just said, "Awesome show tonight." And yes, I did miss Dee. So
yes, that is. That's one of those shows you got to see over and over too.
Yeah,
see the replay.
You'll get to see that. They were fantastic.
Well, of course, they didn't need me anyway.
They were awesome.
We missed you.
You were the one that set this up, so we were like, "What happened?"
Okay. Number one, make God an equal part of your marriage and have faith as a driver. Be best friends. Mm-hmm. Be open to talk about the things that are your needs, your hurts, your pains. Comfort each other and support each other. He and Pam go to visit his 95 and 94-year-old parents every week. Aww. And helping them. And when her mom and dad needed caregiving, he helped her. The dog just died, and he was supportive of Pam in her grief. And she, like you, will sit and watch football with me, even though she doesn't care for football.
I don't know. I don't understand it.
Me neither.
No, but you do it for me. That's how you stay married.
And have mentors.
Have mentors. Thank you. Have marriage mentors. This has been a great show tonight. I want to thank Marc Perry, Pam Perry for your greatness. Pam Perry PR.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
We're going to go out with some of this jazz music from my jazz CD.
Yes.
All right, here we go. See y'all, everybody.
Take us out.
All right.
Take us out.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.